I'm not sure how to title this one. It's a book review, Badass Habits, that I finally finished. I'm also going to tell you how you can not download, but listen to free audiobooks legally. There's an app for that. And just like a Chitchat life update. Hi guys. It's Annette. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I've been trying to get through Badass Habits. It was giving me a little bit of guilt because, I need to change things. I need to change things in my life, stop them, add them. And, it was giving me a little bit of a guilt trip. Also, I like reading books, or I like listening to audiobooks when I'm like jogging or when I'm washing dishes or cleaning the house. So I was researching ways how to listen to audiobooks without having to pay for it, like Audible. And I found this is not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored. But I found this app called Libby. I'll put it right here, Libby. And you download it, and then first you need to get a library card. My library card expired years ago, but if you don't have a library card, what you want to do is you're going to get one online. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, I live in one of the cities surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, like a suburb area. So I checked the city I lived in, their library website, and they couldn't give me a digital one like on the computer. So then I went to Phoenix, and the Phoenix website, Phoenix Library, and it was able to give me a digital library card. So I suggest if you live near a big city, just to go to their website, and you'll get like a little number. They'll give it to you. You download the app Livy, you put in your number, and then you can just search for a title you want to listen to. They also have books you can read on there if you are more like a Kindle reader and want to just read it, but you can also listen to audiobooks. Some of the books you might have to rent, and they might be all busy, like they might have so many copies, which I don't understand because it's digital. But let's say you have to wait a few weeks, it'll let you know when it's your turn to use it. If it's an older book, then you'll be able to listen to it right away, and you have like 20 some days to listen to it. So it does give you plenty of time. I used to use YouTube, and some books, the audio would be on YouTube, but not newer books. And so check it out. If you're someone that likes to, do activities while you're listening to a book, I already started listening to Jen Sichero's second book, You're a Badass at Making Money. They have that on YouTube as well. But since it holds your place and everything, I went ahead and just rented it again from Libby. I didn't have to wait. I have 20 some days. It's cool. I have already read her second book. At this point, I've read all her books, but I like listening to all her books and reading them again and again. I want to memorize them. I think she's a great writer. It's fun. I'm not the best reader. She's very elementary. She gets to the point. She has humor. I love her. So her book, Badass Habits by Jen Sichero. Oh, I should list all her other books. So her first book is You Are Badass, and I read that one every year. It's still going to be my favorite. Her second one is Badass, You're Badass at Making Money, and it really helps you with your relationship with money. I'm one of those people that I'm not materialistic. I thrift everything, blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of just how rich people act stuck up. You have to have a balance and learn what money's about. It's energy back and forth. It's a good one to read. Jen also has a book called You Are Badass Every Day, and that one is a fun one to get for a kid as a gift. It has it's kind of like cliff notes of all of her books, and just short little paragraphs. It's not a long read. Badass Habits is another good read. I really enjoyed this one. The only problem is it's if you want to start a new habit that's good for you. Like, let's say you want to take up jogging, you want to go to the gym, or if you want to stop something, like if you want to stop smoking, if you want to stop eating sugar. It really focuses on one thing you want to change. And I want to change and stop and start a lot of things, but it kind of does focus. If you have one big thing in mind, it's a good read if you are trying to stop a bad habit or start a good habit, because it is a lot about affirmations. I do want to go over some stuff she talks about in the book that I found very helpful, because she wants you to find an affirmation that's going to help you make this change. So it's kind of like walking you through to the end. You should come up with a pretty good affirmation for you. So one thing Jen did in the book that I really appreciated is she pointed out, because a lot of times when we think about affirmations, we think that's embarrassing, saying, oh, you're so great. Look in the mirror. Oh, you're the best person in the world. It's just kind of cheesy. You feel tacky. You don't believe it because it's cheese. It's cringe. So what I love that what Jen does in the book is point out that we say affirmations to ourselves all the time. Like when we tell ourselves, "Oh, we never win," or when we say, "Oh, I always date the worst guy." When we always say, this reminds me of stuff that I've said that about in my life before. Like I just got my oil change recently, and every time everyone makes fun of me because I never get my no matter what car I have, I don't like getting oil changes. So every time I get my oil changed, the mechanic screws up my car somehow. One time I went and got my oil change and they up the locks in my car. My locks on both sides wouldn't work anymore. Another time I got an oil change, they decided to leave my car open and leave the AC all the way up. Didn't tell me my car was ready, and when I got there, my car, the AC broke. I didn't have AC anymore. This last time, they changed my air filter, but they forgot to plug something back in, so my check engine light went on, but they're supposed to clear it out on their end and plug it back in. So I had to thank God my friend knew someone that can clear it for me, so I had to get it cleared just now. Plug it in. I'm not sure if anything's broken. I'll have to see if it actually comes back on. But I always say every time I get my oil changed, something happens to my car. And I don't think they're doing it intentionally. I just think it's just people rushing. Another affirmation I always say, which is going to help me out hopefully. So this is a little bit topic I'm going to bring up later, but I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be moving to a better area, a nicer area, hopefully a more quiet area. And the only bad reviews I hear about this place is there's a lot of scorpions apparently. And there's pictures to back it up. But I'm not calling these people liars. I've lived in a lot of states, and I always hear people say, "Oh, I'd never want to go to Arizona because I don't want to see scorpions and stuff like that." Well, I've lived in Arizona the majority of my life. And the longest time I've lived here I moved here when I was 25 and now I'm 43. I'm going to be 43 in a week or two. Well, I always tell people I've never seen a scorpion. I've never seen a scorpion in Arizona, except for recently, a couple years back, I did see a scorpion at a friend's house. But before that, I never see scorpions here. So I'm hoping that affirmation helps me out because I have cats. What am I going to do? So I like how the book points out that we do use affirmations all the time. Let's say you think you're always lucky in finding parking spots. You're like, "Oh, I'm the best, I'm king at finding parking spots." That's your affirmation. Another thing that Jen mentions in the book is she wants you to make a list of habits you started within the years and stuff, and think about how those made you feel and that you were capable of doing them, and add to the list and just look back and remember just how much confidence and how proud of yourself you were. If you started making your bed every morning before work, or if you started flossing instead of just flossing when you had food in your teeth. For me, I started listening to the news. Okay, I'm older. And back in the day, we had MySpace. Well, MySpace wasn't how social media is now. Social media just shows you the news and what's going on in current events. Well, MySpace wasn't like that. It was a lot of music. It was a lot of stickers. We didn't have memes. We had glittery stickers back then. So we didn't have current events always popping up on social media. It was more of a fun place to be. So I decided I wanted to start watching the news every morning before work because I wanted to know what was going on in the world. And I'm glad I did that because when 2016 came, when they started making the world so political and flashing the news and telling you what to believe, I'm glad I already knew about politics and understood the truth before all that stuff started happening. So you make a list of things that you have started in your life, good habits that you started, and how those made you feel. After you're done making that list, then you can go on and make another list of habits you picked up that weren't so good and how those made you feel. If it's eating sugar, if it's alcohol. Oh, that's one I could put on the list. I stopped drinking alcohol, but that was more because my body, I got old. My body I can't. I fall asleep and get a hangover, with one sip. So yeah, the book was a good read, and that's the end of my review. I also want to talk about videos that are upcoming. So, okay. So there's this store that's opening up across the street called Daiso. Have you heard of Daiso? It's a Japanese store. They have a lot of Dysons. They have a lot of Daisos in California. I used to live there. It was so much fun going. Like I said, Daiso is it's a dollar store. It's a Japanese dollar store, but it's not just like any dollar store. And I hate this because I always love to say, buy American made, and it's all about buy it. But why does the Japanese make everything so cute? Daiso has the cutest stuff. They have everything a dollar store would have. They have like kitchen stuff, cleaning supplies, food, knickknacks and stuff. But what they're known for, or what I like the most, is their stationery and art supplies. And if you know me, I'm an artist. I'm a stationery bitch. I'm sorry. I love stationeries. And their art supplies are so much better than anything in America, and they're only $1. They're like really quality like art supplies. I can't wait to go. I love watching on YouTube. A lot of people do a lot of hauls of art supplies and supplies when they go. Like I said, they do have them in California. I used to love them in California, but this is the first one in Arizona. And it's in Chandler, and it's literally across the street from me, and I'm moving in a month. Well, I've been going every couple weekends looking in to see if the shelves are filled, and it's been empty. It's Friday. It's opening. The grand opening is this weekend. I'm not going this weekend just because it's the first one in Arizona. That means if you live in another part of Arizona, we're in Phoenix. Let's say you live in Tucson. People in Tucson are going to be driving up here. And I want to film a little bit. I'm nervous of filming in public, so I'll probably just film when I grab something, and then I'll do the haul. But it's going to be crazy. If you spend $30, which who would, you're going to spend $30. You get a free gift. Anywho, it's across the street. I'm so excited. We finally have a Daiso in Arizona. I can't wait to get all the art supplies and the kitchen supplies because everything's cute. It has either a bunny on it or a bear. It's just, I'm so excited. I'm not moving that far away. I'm literally moving to the next city over, which is literally 2 blocks away pretty much. Okay, so I'm excited because the kitchen has a window. The kitchen's really small, and there's a lot of cooking videos I do want to make because I'm really good at making pizza, and I started making pasta with the pasta machine. But my kitchen here is so ugly. I hate filming it. Usually I film in the living room if I'm making a cooking video. But even though this is going to be a small kitchen, it's cuter. So I'll feel fun to finally make a lot of cooking videos I want to make. And there's a window in the kitchen. So when I'm cooking, I don't have to, the smoke detector won't go off. The place I live in now is not even 900 square feet, and the place I'm moving into is going to be 1,200 square feet, and I have a pantry. A few downfalls of the apartments, which I don't like, is I know when they're upgrading houses and apartments now, it's trendy to do the one big sink, I don't know what they call it, the kitchen, the farm kitchen sink, I don't know what it calls. I don't use the dishwasher, so when I wash dishes by hand, so I need 2 sinks. I hate the one big sink, and I run the dishwasher every once in a while so it doesn't smell, but I rarely use it. I don't know. I am kind of excited. I hate shaving my legs, but I think it might be fun shaving my legs in a big sink because I'm really small, so I'm okay, I'll just shave my legs in this sink. Is that gross? That's probably gross. Another downfall with the new place is they're all doing it, trying to make things modern and trendy, is they're painting all the walls this light blue gray color. It's the color of seasonal depression. I don't want to live in Oregon. I don't want to live in Seattle. I hear it's beautiful and green there, but seasonal depression, seasonal depression hits hard with me. I don't like gloom. During the winter, I was looking for hoodies and sweats, and every color was either black, blue, and gray. I hate gray. Those 3 colors, black, blue, that's the color scheme of seasonal depression. What the hell? Are we just trying to make everyone depressed? So to say the least, I can't stand the gray walls. I'm going to be super depressed. So I'm trying to plan out my new backdrop for the new place because just because I have to live with the depression doesn't mean you guys are going to have to. I think I'm going to get a white sheet and pin it up on a wall. Let me know if you have any ideas to decorate the background. Another downfall about the apartment is I'm going to be on the second story, and I do have a patio, but it's kind of enclosed, and I'm going to be pointing north, I believe. I just planted my garden for the season, and I don't know if all my plants are going to make it or survive. I planted lettuce. I have lettuce going. I have my sunflowers going. I have spinach going. I have strawberries going.
Am I the only one that wants to go backwards? Like, I don't want the most modern iPhone. I don't want the most modern house. I want to learn how to make bricks out of clay and straw. I want to make my own house out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. I want to eat clover and dandelion and pine tree bark. And I want to cook on a wood stove or just fire. I want to learn how to survive on my own in the middle of nowhere. Out of control, no government. I want to go backwards. Like, I'm the only person that I know that just wants to go backwards. Like, I don't trust electricity.
And if you guys saw my video last year growing sunflowers, my sunflowers weren't even the mammoth sunflowers, and they got to be 9, 10 feet tall. I think even 11. I forgot how tall they got. But this year I planted mammoth, and I'm going to be on the second story. So I'm going to have to because I'm kind of enclosed. I'm just nervous about my garden. I hope it can grow on the north side with a little bit. It might do better in the shade. It might do good having that much shade because it gets so hot here. We'll see. I just wanted to do a little life update chit chat. I haven't done a chit chat video in a while, and I love talking to you guys. Let me know if you have any ideas or if you wanted to comment on anything I said in the comments down below. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Put a sunflower in the comments if you reach the end. And if you want to subscribe, just subscribe. If you like it, that does help me out as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Boy, 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 boy.